Autosomal dominant inheritance or autosomal dominant diseases. Autosomal dominant inheritance occurs where there are two alleles where the normal allele is recessive while the mutated allele is dominant. If there is such a pattern, the pattern of the inheritance of the disease would be autosomal dominant. In case of autosomal dominant inheritance, each affected children has one of the parent would be affected. So if there is a affected children, one of the parent, that can be the father, that can be the mother, but one of them would be the affected with that disease. In case of autosomal dominant inheritance, both the gender, they are equally affected. Half of the children in case of autosomal dominant inheritance would have the disease. If we see in this diagram that how autosomal dominant disorders inherit from parents to the children, these are two parents, parent 1, that may be father, that may be mother. Each of the parent has two alleles, allele 1 and allele 2. Same is with the mother, allele 1 and allele 2. In case of both parents, one of the parent would have affected allele, which is marked by a red color. So red, this allele is affected. So during the gametogenesis, the alleles, they separate from each other. And as a result of fertilization, we will see that out of 4 children, 2 of the children, they are affected. It will be affected. This is affected. This is normal. And this is also normal. This is affected, A for affected. So as a result of cross between the parents, there is a possibility in case of autosomal dominant diseases or autosomal dominant disorders that 50% of the children would be affected. But these children are not gender biased. They can be the males, they can be the females. In case of autosomal dominant diseases, phenotype appears in every generation. Affected parents transmit disease to son and the daughters equally. If one of the parent is affected and if there are son and daughter, the transmission of the disease or transmission of the phenotype in the children would be equally. So in case of autosomal dominant inheritance, we would say that the disease is not sex biased. Phenotype in case of autosomal dominant diseases is more common. It is usually seen in each of the generation. Some of the most common autosomal dominant diseases which are found in the humans, they are Marfan syndrome, Huntington disease, retinoblastoma, Waardenburg syndrome, myotonic dystrophy. In addition to these disorders, there are few other disorders which are common in the form of autosomal dominant pattern. They are polycystic kidney disease, achondrodysplasia, polydactyly, as well as certain forms of the hereditary hearing loss.